be making a Smash Bros. Roster. At least, this is if I was making a Smash Bros. Game. Okay, so these are the characters I will be adding. Okay, which means we won't have to abide by the rules of the original 12 stuff. Also, we will still be abiding by no non-video game characters. So there'll be no Goku on this roster, there'll be no Naruto on this roster, there'll be no Superman character the roster. Okay, we can make a list of non-video game characters as well, but we're doing a gaming roster as well. So gaming characters are only allowed. Okay, also we can add echoes if we want to, but we'll be adding no echoes or clone characters. Okay, all characters will be fundamentally unique. The first character we're adding is Mario. Okay, Mario, of course, is, of course he's Mario. Mario is going to be in Smash Bros. No matter what. Okay, and we can say with the next couple of characters as well. The same thing with these other 4 characters. Link, Donkey Kong, Pikachu, and Kirby. You can't really have a Smash Bros. Roster without these characters. Obviously, these are the important characters I think that we gotta put in as well. But now, we'll be continuing. The next 2 characters I think are gonna be pretty obvious. And that is Fox and Captain Falcon, okay? Captain Falcon is basically the mascot of Smash Bros. And Fox, of course, he used to be big, but Nintendo keeps screwing up Star Fox. But I think Fox should still be in the roster as well. Leaving the roster now to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters. The next 3 characters are also going to be pretty obvious. And that's Luigi, Yoshi, and Samus. This is pretty obvious. These 3 characters are, of course, important characters in gaming. Obviously, Metroid, which gives us our first female character on the roster. We have Yoshi, which of course is, and Yoshi and Luigi, which are 2 very important characters in the Mario series. And speaking of Mario, we can't really finish the Mario series without these 3 characters. Actually, we'll still be adding more Mario characters after this, but we're talking about the main core of the Mario series. So, yeah. Of course, Bowser, Peach, and Wario are also in the game. And they'll be in this order. Now we're going to Zelda. So, of course, speaking of Zelda, we'll be adding the 2 other most important characters in the Zelda series, besides Link himself. So, of course, Ganondorf and Zelda are returning. Ganondorf was practically a newcomer at this point because we'll be giving him an actual moveset. Which, finally, after so long, Ganondorf gets a moveset. So, and then we're going to have to tackle Pokemon. We're going to have to think of Pokemon to be in Smash Bros. But speaking of Metroid, we can add another villain to the roster. Ridley, of course. Ridley will be returning in the game. So, in this Smash Bros. Game that I'm making. So we have one more character fill out the slot, and I think we're going to add a first third-party character. And of course, we all know who it will be. And the first third-party character will be Sonic. As of course, Sonic is one of the most important characters in all of gaming history. He's also one of the most iconic characters in all of gaming history. So of course, Sonic will be the first non-Nintendo character in the game. Now we're going for Pokemon characters. So, I tried to look up the most popular Pokemon. Of course, Charizard and Mewtwo pop up. And Greninja is going to pop up anyways. But we're going to look at the most popular Pokemon. And we're adding Pikachu. We already added Pikachu because Pikachu is the mascot of Pokemon. But these are the most popular Pokemon of all time. Gardevoir and Lucario being Smash Bros. Seems pretty interesting. And Umbreon could represent evolutions as well. But what about the newest entries in the series? Yes, because that poll went up to Generation 8. So I added Pokemon from that game. So these are all of the Pokemon characters I picked. Besides, of course, Pikachu, I picked around 7 other characters. And yes, Jigglypuff fans, you guys are going to be angry that I didn't pick Jigglypuff. Because Jigglypuff is one of the original 12. Jigglypuff must be in every Smash Bros. Game. But too bad, I'm picking the characters. Mewtwo is obvious because Mewtwo is a legendary Pokemon, also one of the most popular Pokemon. Same thing with Charizard. You can't really not include Charizard and Mewtwo as playable Pokemon. Same thing with Greninja. Greninja is one of the most popular Pokemon in the world. And yes, unfortunately for Glowvound, Sceptile, and Blaziken, Gardevoir is in Smash Bros. Simply because Gardevoir is much more popular. Well, and considering that Nintendo picked space of a popularity contest as well, I also picked Umbreon over Sylveon because Nintendo will never add two Gen 6 Pokemon to the game, despite Sylveon being more popular. Lucario is in, but then we decided to include our first joke character, and that's Iron Bundle. Instead of Jigglypuff, we have Iron Bundle. And that's because Iron Bundle is funny. So that's why Iron Bundle is in this roster. It is the first joke character on the roster. But what about Nintendo's other series? First, let's talk about Fire Emblem. Okay, we have gotten Fire Emblem over with, and we have decided to just stay to 4 characters. Okay, Fire Emblem is not Mario or Pokemon. Okay, heck, Zelda still has less characters than Fire Emblem. I'm thinking of 4 characters for the Fire Emblem series for now. So you got Marth, Byleth, Robin, and Ike. All characters with completely different playstyles, and are not all clones of each other. Yeah. And also, I could add the new character from the Fire Emblem, whatever it's called, Engage. But he'll just be a Marth clone. So, that is, at least Robin, he has the magic. Ike is a heavy character. And Byleth uses, 3 different types of weapons, which will be more represented than just his sword. So, yeah. Now we're going back to Kirby. And of course, King Dedede and Meta Knight. Of course, they're going to be in the game. We might add other Kirby newcomers in the future of this roster, but we're basically just adding the basic Kirby characters at this moment as well. And we'll eventually get to Star Fox as well. But we'll talk about other Nintendo series. So, let's go on a lightning round. So, of course, these 4 characters are going to be added next. Pit, Aramo, Mr. Game & Watch, and Inkling. Pit because, of course, Sakurai and creating Kid Icarus Uprising. I don't think I could add any more Kid Icarus characters. Aramo because of Pikmin, because making Pikmin 4, we have Pikmin 3, we have Pikmin 2, and Aramo could just represent all of the Pikmin captains. They can kind of just go like the Kooparines. So Aramo could just be the sole only Pikmin rep. But it'll kind of be like the Bowser Jr. situation where you can play the other captains as skins. And of course, Mr. Game & Watch representing Game & Watch. And Inkling representing Nintendo's newest big franchise, Splatoon. But we forgot about Animal Crossing. Yes, we'll get to Animal Crossing in a moment. So let's get to Animal Crossing. So far, we have had several newcomers. We had Umbreon, we had Gardevoir, we had Iron Bundle added to Smash Bros. As well. Ganondorf can technically count as a newcomer, considering the fact we're actually giving him a freaking moveset. Okay. More of the other characters are really unchanged. Okay. Maybe Mario might have his Cappy. Sonic will have his Frontiers moveset, represented a bit as well to differentiate from another Sonic character to get to as well. But now we're going to Animal Crossing. I think it was either between Resetti or KK Slider, but I chose Resetti because he's funny. He'll be another joke character. Tom Nook and Isabelle, I think, are the other 2 characters outside of the Villager to be in Smash Bros. You have Tom Nook. He's he can have money related moves. And Isabelle, can have a little bit different moveset than Villager. I think overall, these 4 characters, just like Fire Emblem, I know Animal Crossing New Horizons sold like 50 million copies, but I think 4 characters representing Animal Crossing is just about fine. It's not, Pokemon where they have so many different characters. Because what's next? You can add KK Slider afterwards, and then after what's that? You add the guy who makes coffee, the guy who runs the museum. And I think, maybe we should save KK Slider for another Smash Bros. Game. But I think for this, we have these 4 Animal Crossing characters. Resetti is, could be a villain, could not. But, yeah. Now we gain to more miscellaneous Nintendo franchises. So we added this selection of characters as more Nintendo series to be added. So, regular Splatoon, Mr. Game & Watch, Punch Out, he is a legacy Nintendo character. Springman, obviously, for represent arms. You know, they'll probably gonna make an arms too. Sulk. Forgot to add Xenoblade character. Duck Hunt, obviously, for a retro character. And me, of course, to represent the Mii's. And Ring Fit Trainer from Ring Fit Adventure. Because that game sold actually quite well. And that character, Ring Fit Trainer, will replace Wii Fit Trainer. So no Wii Fit Trainer in Smash Bros. Next character. Oh, we forgot about one small Nintendo franchise. Of course, we forgot NES. So we put NES here. So this is the roster so far. We still have a lot of spots to go. Yes, we still have a lot of spots to go. And we could divide this into parts. But again, I don't think we have brought back every Nintendo character that has been in Smash Bros. As well. So currently there's 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 26, 29, 32, 35, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44 total characters in this game already. Okay, and we haven't even scratched third parties yet. Okay, we have scratched a lot of Nintendo's franchises, but we haven't had any other Star Fox characters yet, as well. We haven't had any other Xenoblade characters yet. We'll add another Star Fox and Xenoblade character. Now the next batch of characters. Yeah, these next 5 characters is like a weird selection of characters, but we first have Pyra and Mythra. I think I would add them back so we can have 2 Xenoblade characters as well. Rex will still be cut. No Rex. Ryu from Street Fighter. That's the guy, He'll be returning in this one. And of course, we decided to add 2 characters from, I think, Splatoon 3. Big Man, who is a fan favorite, and Mr. Grizz. Like with Ridley, they can resize him down to the other characters. Again, our Mao is the size of a nickel. Kirby's 8 inches tall. They did the same thing to Ridley, where they downsized him. And he can just be another Bowser. He can just be, very similar like Donkey Kong as well. And of course, we added King K. Rool as a villain to Donkey Kong as well. So we have a lot of villains on the roster as well. So, good. Now, let's add some more characters. How about some third-party characters? So the next 3 characters are, gonna fill the other consoles as well. So we have Mario for Nintendo, Sonic for Sega because of the historic rivalry. But then we have the other consoles. We're not including mobile gaming because that side of gaming, what can you represent with mobile gaming? Red from Angry Birds? What moveset would he have? We had Crash Bandicoot for, of course, PlayStation. Even though Crash Bandicoot is owned by Microsoft, will be owned by Microsoft, as Microsoft buys Activision, Master Chief, and Heavy for PC gaming as well. Considering that they put a Portal game on the Switch, I think Heavy could be in a Smash Bros. Game. You can have PC gamers can have their character, Xbox players can have their character, Sony/PlayStation characters can have their character, and of course, Sonic can represent Sega, and Mario can represent Nintendo. So you can have all of the big guys of gaming fight in this Smash Bros. Game. So we'll be making a part 2 to the series as well, and finishing the roster of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate of Ultimate. So far we added, several newcomers to the series, including new Splatoon characters, new third-party reps as well, and a bunch of old faces returning. This roster is already shaping up to be good. I know you Jigglypuff fans are angry that Jigglypuff isn't on the roster. Sorry, spoilers for part 2, I probably will not be adding Jigglypuff as a character. Unless there's enormous backlash from this video that Jigglypuff does not make it, because I gotta see how this video performs, what are the comments before we finish this roster. So, what do you think of this roster so far? I added several joke characters that will be pretty funny like Big Man, Iron Bundle, Resetti, characters that would make no sense to be in Smash Bros, but they're in the game anyways, as well. And we'll probably add even more joke characters. And the roster is about to get more crazier as well. And we haven't even added newcomers for like the Mario franchise. Yeah, we haven't even touched the Mario franchise since we added technically King K. Rool. So we'll be going back to Mario at the beginning of the next episode. And we know a certain, purple hat fighter will probably be in this. Goodbye.